Hi, my name is Jeff Saxton. I'm the author of The New Pharisee, and just a little background about the book, where it comes from. Many years ago, I was at a great church and had a great ministry, and things were going great. I felt like my personal walk with the Lord is doing great. Everything was really wonderful. And then I started to feel like there was something I needed to find out. And so I went on an extended period of fasting and prayer, and partly the way through that, I decided to read the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And as I did that, I noticed some things about the Pharisees that were really interesting. Now, if you think about a really great movie that you love, or a great story, usually has an amazing good guy or good person, could be a girl, of course, or a group of people that are very good, and then there's a bad guy. And so the more evil the bad guy and the better the good guy, the better story it makes. And of course, the story of Jesus is a great story. So I thought, well, I wonder who the bad guy is in the Gospels. First thing you think of is Satan, demons, Pilate, Caesar, Roman soldiers, tax collectors, thieves, bad people. But in every chapter, in every gospel, Jesus is always fighting with none of those people. He's fighting with the Pharisees, every chapter. And that kind of blew me away. So I thought maybe I should pay attention to these guys since they're such a central part of the story. And so I did an extensive study. I collated all of my notes, and I came up with 6 areas that the Pharisees struggled with the most, categorized them into 6 areas. And those are, first of all, hypocrisy, personal hypocrisy. And then the second area was cliques, where they were exclusive in their relationships. They kept away from sinners, bad people, just stayed with themselves. The third area was boxes, where they compartmentalized their faith, and they were one way at church or synagogue and another way in the business world or outside of the synagogue. And then the fourth area is vanity, where everything they did for men to see them, honor them, applaud them. They weren't doing things to please God. They wanted to please man. Fifth area is tradition, where they emphasize tradition more than Scripture, although we always say we believe the Bible. Usually what happens is we start to build traditions that move away from the Bible further and further until we forgot that the tradition is actually not scriptural, and we are far away from where we need to be. And then the last area is abuse or discipline, those giving excessive discipline or very subtle forms of discipline to those that do not obey the other areas. So I looked at those areas and I had to admit something, that I could relate to that. I could relate to those areas. I wasn't innocent. I looked real good when I compared myself with all my friends, other Christians, other people, but between me and God, I realized He wanted to get my attention. There were several things standing in the way. And so I realized that there is a Pharisee alive today, but that Pharisee is inside of me. And so the book, The New Pharisee, is not a book about pointing the finger at somebody else. It's actually a book about kind of your own self-discovery, of looking inside and seeing aspects of the new Pharisee who's alive today, unfortunately is living in you and I. So the book, The New Pharisee, is how to get rid of the Pharisee within you. And I outline several steps to do that. And so that's how I wrote the book. The reason I wrote the book was actually the result of a personal study. And when I was on that journey, and I still am on it, by the way, not perfect, I thought it'd be, a couple years of really getting a lot of those things out, but I found it is a lifetime journey of getting the Pharisee out of us. And so I hope you can join me on this journey and take something from this book or the online course that's available, and really, really, really experience a new, fresh start with Jesus, a new growth in your life, and let's do it together. All right.